Welcome and thank you for joining us today. I'm Ricardo Camacho, Director of Regulatory Safety and Security Compliance at Parasoft. Today we're excited to present Simplify Compliance Workflows with new CC++ Test 2024.2 and AI-driven automation. And I'm here with Miroslav Zielinski, Director of Product Management for CC++ Test. Mirek, would you like to say hello?
Hello, everybody.
Thanks, Merrick, and as always, it's a pleasure doing these webinars with you. Now, our goal today is to show how our latest advancements directly benefit your software development workflows, helping you achieve more while simplifying your software testing and compliance efforts. But first, let's actually go through the agenda. I'm going to start with an update on our CC++ Test CT product. We are celebrating TÜV certification. It's a milestone for safety critical applications and your peace of mind. I'll then cover enhancements in 2024.2, which include many practical improvements based on your feedback, including the IBM DOORS Next integration, which streamlines requirements traceability down to test cases and code. And leaving the best for last, we will cover our AI-powered remediation development. It's a game changer for addressing static analysis violations. We'll then wrap it up with a live Q&A session. This is your opportunity to ask questions and also share any insights. Okay, before we get started, let's go through some housekeeping. As you may be aware, everybody's microphone has been muted. However, if you have questions, please enter them into the questions dialog box. And although we are having a live Q&A at the end of the presentation, please feel free to enter your questions beforehand. Also, this presentation is being recorded and it will be made available typically within 4 to 8 hours after the presentation has ended. Okay, let's get started. As a valued customer, we know the importance of compliance. Our TÜV certification for CC++ Test CT affirms its reliability in safety critical environments. This achievement validates that CC++ Test CT meets rigorous international standards, ensuring confidence and use in industries like automotive, rail, and medical devices. Understand that this milestone strengthens our commitment to delivering robust, dependable tools that you can trust for your safety critical projects. So in essence, this certification provides several key assurances. Quality assurance. The tool has been thoroughly tested and meets stringent quality requirements that adheres to international standards such as ISO 26262, IC 62304 for medical devices, IC 61508 for industrial automation, and EN 50716 for rail. And these standards are listed in the certificate. Now, CC++ Test CT aligns with these critical industries standards, making it easier for developers to prove that their software complies with regulatory requirements. And it also offers trust. You can trust that CC++ Test CT is reliable and safe to use in verification and validation of critical systems. So our capability offerings like code coverage, requirements traceability, and report generation are always well supported, maintained, and up to date. Something that you're not going to get with open source solutions. And to be clear, the following solutions offered CC++ Test CT, Parasoft DTP, and CC++ Test 2024.2 are all TÜV certified. Now, static analysis has been a cornerstone of Parasoft's offerings, and with this release, we're taking it to the next level. First, let's talk about precision. We've worked hard to enhance the accuracy of our static analysis rules, reducing false positives even further. Now, you may wonder, why does this matter? Well, because every false positive you avoid saves time, effort, and potential for frustration for your team because they're having to look at this and spend time evaluating that there really wasn't an issue. So this translates directly into increased productivity. We've also expanded our support for modern coding standards like MISRA, AUTOSAR C++14, CERT, and many of the others. These standards evolve, so staying ahead ensures your projects are always compliant and competitive. Finally, by integrating AI augmented remediation capabilities, we're equipping your teams with intelligent suggestions to resolve violations more efficiently. This means less manual effort, so more productivity, and we get to have Merrick show this in action. So we'll do this at the end of the demo again. Now, these updates are a direct response to feedback from you, our customers, and we're proud to deliver these improvements that contribute to your success and which they actually have a tremendous positive business impact. And to help prove that, we have available an ROI calculator that you may want to exercise, which brings me to the next slide. I often use this diagram to emphasize a critical point. Fixing defects during the implementation or coding phase is essential. As you move through the development phases, the cost of fixing bugs increases significantly. This is because fixes later downstream involve more people, more effort, and more time, which can lead to schedule delays, required updates to documentation, the release of new software patches, and other costly adjustments. To help you quantify this impact, we've developed an ROI calculator. It's built on comprehensive studies, allowing you to input your own business variables and receive a tailored ROI report. You can access it easily using the QR code provided on the right-hand side. Now, if you haven't yet adopted static analysis, I can't stress enough how crucial it is and how simple it can be with Parasoft C++ test, because our solutions integrate directly into your IDE or your build process, making it seamless and very efficient to implement. It's really easy. We have also strengthened our support for modern C++. First, we've enhanced our parsing capabilities. We've added support for modern C++ features, which significantly reduce parsing errors during static analysis and code coverage instrumentation of, say, C++17 or C++20. This also eliminates the need for workarounds like excluding those problematic files from analysis or instrumentation. Now, in addition, we continue to align with industry trends to keep you future ready as more and more teams adopt C++17 or C++20. The tools you use need to keep pace to continue to ensure compliance with standards and to always make sure you deliver quality code. In addition, these enhancements are customer driven. We listen closely to your feedback that you provide from your teams, so our updates are always designed to support your needs. So with C++ 2024.2, we're making it easier than ever for you to adopt modern C++ languages and be very effective and efficient with them. As your development environment continues to evolve and you switch or adopt new compilers, we want to make sure Parasoft again keeps pace. So with every release, we add support for the latest compilers, enabling seamless integrations into your embedded development ecosystems. Again, our commitment is to support your target environments. Therefore, we've added Green Hills Tricore 2021.x, High-Tech Compiler for ARM 8.1, GNU GCC 11.x for PowerPC, Clang 17 x86 64-bit architecture, and ARM 64-bit architecture, and Clang 18 x86 64-bit as well. I would say that for all of you, requirements management is the backbone of your development process. So we know that you need to ensure that requirements are properly traced to test cases, source code, and test results, especially in safety critical industries. With our new integration of IBM DOORS Next, we've made requirements traceability more seamless than ever. This integration allows you to establish bidirectional links between requirements and test artifacts, so you can make sure that there are no gaps in your requirements management. that nothing gets lost in the translation and decomposition of requirements. There are several reasons why this is so significant. Here's a few. First, it helps you satisfy compliance with standards like ISO 26262, DO 178C, IEC 62304, and many others. Second, it reduces the manual effort involved in managing traceability, saving you time and minimizing any human error. Third, DOORS Next is widely used in industries like aerospace, automotive, rail, and so on. So this integration directly aligns with your existing tools, your development workflows, and it will enhance the collaboration between your teams. This is all part of our customer commitment to making Parasoft solutions fit into your development ecosystems, not the other way around as other vendors do. Now, to further elaborate on the integration, I've added a simple workflow diagram on the right to illustrate that users can now export requirements from DOORS Next into DTP, which then flow into C++ test. Test cases can be created in C++ test and linked to the requirements authored in DOORS Next using the unique DOORS Next requirement IDs. The traceability information from C++ test along with the test results can be exported back to DTP, where DTP can further analyze the data and present it in its dashboards, giving you amazing visibility into progress and trends. On top of that, DTP will generate compliance reports. DTP can also then synchronize with IBM DOORS Next, making sure the links established in C++ test and the test results are all exported to DOORS Next, where DOORS Next is the hub as it should be for all your requirements traceability needs. Anyway, this workflow is automated and you can easily and bidirectionally navigate between these tools, which is really cool. Now for C++ Test CT, the workflow is slightly different because C++ Test CT is adapted into testing frameworks like Google Test. It starts similarly in that you can import and see the DOORS Next requirements in DTP, and then use the unique DOORS Next requirements ID and embed them into your Google test cases. C++ Test CT takes it from there and establishes the traceability between the requirements and the test cases, which this information is then exported into Parasoft DTP. DTP then synchronizes with DOORS Next. We actually have demos on C++ Test CT which show this workflow, but using a different requirements management solution. You can visit our C++ Test product page and watch the recording, which will give you a great understanding of how this all works. Continuing our theme here, and as always, we prioritize adapting to your development ecosystem to ensure seamless integration with your workflows. So let's start with our expanded support for the latest Eclipse IDEs. This release now includes compatibility with Eclipse IDEs 2024-6 and 2024-9. Next, we're excited to announce support for Texas Instrument Code Composer Studio 12.x. This edition brings greater flexibility and robust integration, empowering your teams to work more efficiently with TIs and embedded development tools. We've also introduced significant enhancements to our VS Code extension to improve usability, where we've reorganized commands for importing code analysis results from external platforms like GitHub and GitLab, reducing friction and saving valuable time. These updates are particularly beneficial by offering a more intuitive navigation experience. So whether you're a seasoned developer or just getting started, our VS Code extension is more user-friendly and accessible than ever. Let's now talk about our latest innovation that combines the power of AI with our advanced rule-based compliance, transforming how developers address coding violations in C and C++ applications identified by C++ test. As I've mentioned before, Mirik and I are really excited to share something that's going to make a big difference for your development workflow. We've enhanced our C++ test tool by integrating AI capabilities from GitHub Copilot right into our VS Code extension. Now, when it comes to fixing violations, we all know that accuracy, reliability, and meeting industry standards are not optional, they're actually essential. And that's exactly why Parasoft C test delivers better results than generic tools like GitHub Copilot. So here's the thing. What makes us stand out is how we use AI. Our approach incorporates rule documentation and chain of thought reasoning, so we use custom prompts designed specifically for Copilot. This way, our solution systematically guides the AI to analyze code violations step by step, which provides contextually appropriate fixes, and also they're optimized for safety critical applications. And this makes our solution indispensable, especially in domains like aerospace, automotive, medical, and the others. So the benefits are huge. First, it cuts down on those frustrating scenarios on how to correctly fix the violation. Second, it keeps your code compliant with your coding standards like MISRA or CERT. And this means that your team can produce safer, more reliable software even faster. In addition, our solution is designed for complexity. Parasoft's prompts are tailored for large, safety-critical environments, and this is to ensure that even the most challenging violations are addressed effectively. Now, all of these key points have real business impact. It improves code quality upfront, reduces costly defects downstream, and it will accelerate your development cycle. This gives you time back to focus on other priorities and actually meet your deadlines. Anyway, I won't steal Merrick's thunder. He's going to dive deeper into this, but trust me, this is a game changer. So let's see this in action. Over to you, Merrick.
Thank you, Ricardo. So let's see how our new Copilot extension helps developers be more productive when working with static analysis findings. What you can see here is the VS Code with the latest version of the C++ test extension. I just ran static analysis locally, and my goal now is to fix all the problems before opening the pull request. I've got quite a few violations here, and for each violation, I need to analyze the issue, understand the root cause, think about the optimal correction strategy, and finally modify the code to fix the problem. This all takes time, especially when multiplied by the number of violations. But with the latest C++ test VS Code extension, we can employ AI to help us with these activities. Let's see it with an example. Here I have a violation of avoid division by zero rule. Instead of studying the violation body, we can start by invoking the new explain violation action. C++ test extension will now build a prompt for Copilot to help us with the problem. The prompts that C++ test VS Code extension builds use source code, rule documentation, and additional violation properties to ensure optimal Copilot response. And as you can see in this panel on the right-hand side, we have the result. The response includes the explanation of the violation with the actual variable names from the source code. This verbal description of the violation makes it easier for me to understand the problem. It gets even more helpful for really complex issues. The best part, however, is that we get a source code automatically generated with suggested fixes. Here, I'm fully satisfied with how the problem was handled. That's exactly how I would fix the violation. So I will automatically apply this code. And as you can see, the code in my editor was modified in an intelligent way. In some situations, the suggested fix may not fully apply, but even then, the response we get should be an excellent starting point. All right, We're done with one violation. Let's see how our new Copilot extension handles another violation. Here, we have a problem related to SQL injection. It seems that external data is used for the SQL query without any validation. Let's start again by querying Copilot for more information. The short description we got in the response to our prompt clarifies the essence of the problem. It's now clear to me that this implementation makes my system vulnerable to hackers' attacks, and I may easily lose my database. This is a serious issue, and I need to fix it in the right way. The suggested correction is excellent. Please note that we didn't get a trivial hint to add an if statement to validate the external input. This would not be easy to implement in a satisfying way. The response to the prompt that C++ test generated suggests using parameterized SQL queries, which is a proper way of implementing this kind of functionality. It's a type of a hint that my senior colleague would drop when reviewing my pull request. This is a huge value. It helps me, the less experienced developer, to be more productive. So I'm happy with this suggestion and I'm going to apply it. The suggested code still requires a few simple tweaks, but I know now the best approach to fix this kind of problem, so I'm almost there. And this concludes our short presentation. In just a few minutes, we resolved two non-trivial problems. A good result. Ricardo, passing back to you.
Thanks, Mirek. That was a very enlightening presentation on how we actually are evolving our testing solutions and taking advantage of AI for static analysis remediation. You know, if you guys want to download the C++ test VS Code extension, I've provided the QR code that you see there in the center for you. Also, on the left-hand side, you have the QR code for requesting a demo of C++, so you can do that. And if you are interested in the vast set of content like white papers, ebooks, previous webinars, and actually quite a lot more, the QR code on the right-hand side will actually take you there. Now, also consider following us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, or X, so you can get notifications on new content, Parasoft news and events. And if you have any questions after the presentation, you can also email us at info@parasoft.com. All right, so we're going to open it up for Q&A. Just a few questions here. Mirek, how is your static analysis extension for Copilot better than just Copilot?
Okay, that's a great question. And Copilot is a great tool, and our extension uses Copilot under the hood. But the difference is in the quality of the prompts. When dealing with a static analysis violation, say MISRA compliant code, our VS Code extension builds prompts that generate a much better repair violation response from the AI model than raw Copilot. And as I explained during the demo, our extension knows which snippets of the code are relevant to the problem, has access to internal violation properties, and has access to the static analysis rule documentation. And this all combined is used to create prompts that ensure higher quality than directly from Copilot's VS Code interface. And we ran a very interesting internal study that will be published soon. In this study, we analyze a large batch of static analysis violations and repair responses from raw Copilot, so to speak, and responses generated by our extension's prompts. And the result was that responses from prompts generated by our extension were rated higher in approximately 2/3 of cases.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this answers the question.
Yeah. We also have one question also. Is the AI extension available on Eclipse?
For C++ test, not yet. It is only available in the VS Code, but in the future releases, we will also include it in the Eclipse interface.
Okay. So we have a question. How does DTP enhance visibility and reporting? What kind of dashboards does it provide? Yeah, I can take this one. So DTP consolidates traceability data, so not just the links between requirements and test cases, but the test results as well. And that is for test results for static analysis and also dynamic analysis, so unit testing, integration testing, that does that kind of data. And then the data is then analyzed for trends. It's exported over to DTP, where again they analyze it for trends, and then these dashboards monitor and visualize progress, and they help you identify traceability gaps, and like, you know, certain requirements that have not yet been tested. So it provides percentages and that kind of stuff through widgets, and also hotspots like which code files seem to have a lot of bugs and issues. And with all this information, DTP also can generate compliance reports, which is you know, documentation that you need to show compliance to like coding standards like MISRA, and many other reports like unit testing and where you are and all that stuff. So okay. We have another question, Mirek. Which ASIL levels are covered for the C++ Test CT certification, and is the tool qualification required for ASIL B?
Our TUV certification states that C++ Test CT is qualified to be used in standard conform development process according to 26262 for any ASIL. So with the safety package that we provide for the C++ Test CT, the qualification effort is reduced to the absolute minimum for all ASIL levels, including, of course, ASIL B.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mirek. We don't have any other questions. So folks, I thank you for attending, and I hope you have a great holiday, because I think this is the last, actually we have a webinar next week on C++ tests, just a general one. So look out for that one if you're interested. All right, folks, thank you very much. Thank you, Mirek. Great demo.
Thank you.
Bye, folks.